Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Colin. On this week's show, Random Corn Pan. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Internet is on and activated.
I was getting, did the wind blow it down?
Oh my goodness. Is it -4 where you are?
It's very cold. It's 30 degrees colder than it was this morning.
Yes. Yes. This is
If
what we
that
want.
helped. I know.
Yes. This morning, I woke up. It was 69, and it felt like 69.
I think it
Now-
was 67 here. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Now, feels like temperature is 2.
Oh, yeah, we're at 9.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you know.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Winter came in with a fury, and it was angry. It was angry.
Yeah. After it was like 70 degrees, 75 degrees on Christmas. It's like, and it was like, oh, hey, you know what could be fun? What if we went freezing cold in like 0.2 seconds? That could be cool, right? Wouldn't that be fun and exciting? Like, brother, what is these shenanigans?
I was shocked by this morning. We went for like a long walk through our town. We walked to the courthouse because it's pretty, and then because we had lots of time and because winter would arrive with a vengeance, we were like, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna like be outside and walk. And so
That's fair.
Yeah, so we kind of did this walk of downtown along Main Street, but this time keeping an eye on the architecture of the buildings and like trying to guess. Like, so what we did is around the main square, it was like, okay, like what could we tell what some of these buildings used to be? Right? I'd love to make that. Turns out the banks from the late 1800s kind of give themselves out. There's a pretty easy
I tend to do that
to tell. Usually, if they don't have giant columns, it's chiseled into the granite.
Yeah, just like right in. Yeah, just says bank right above the door. Right, just in case you were gonna miss it. You know, I don't want you to miss it.
My also favorite thing, and this all started because we were walking, and weirdly, the county ambulance district is right along this path as we're walking. And today, while walking, I saw for the first time above this little doorway. I'm going to send you this picture. This is on a random building where the county ambulance district is. And above that is this little, like, really pretty carving of a ship that's like gold. And then
that is definitely Anne Boat. That is true.
And then above it is a gargoyle head.
Yeah.
Right. And so and then along the side, I forget what they're called, the filigree, the little like roses, the flowers.
Yeah. I really hate my new phone messaging interface, by the way, just in case you were curious. Anyway, sorry.
Tech review coming in.
There.
Stay past the break, folks. This is what started, because at no point have I noticed this architectural detail. And so once I pointed out, now we're all looking for weird things.
True.
And then my other thing that was favorite to ask was we'd be walking along and you see these buildings and you'd say, hey, when was that building built? And of course your first answer is, there is no way I will know when that building is built.
Except for
at the top.
Yeah. See, aforementioned inscribed in stone.
It's usually inscribed in stone a year in which the building was built. I don't know why this process. I don't know the history about this or why it was necessary for them to do.
Probably a Mason thing.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like this is a Mason thing.
I feel like this is a Mason thing.
Yeah.
Because not everyone.
Not like Freemason weird. No, just like actual like Mason, stone Mason thing.
Yes.
That's like
this is fair. This is fair. And so this has just started. And so we started the downtown area, and everything's like really beautifully faced or like undergoing renovations. And then what's fun is you get to start to see like, hey, could you tell how big the original windows used to be in that building? right? Because they used to be all single pane and like 6 foot by 6 foot. And then sometime in the early 1900s or like in the 60s, somebody was like, I can't afford to buy that window, so I'm going to board it up,
brick them in,
or brick it in, and then I'm going to put in a smaller window, right?
Yes.
So that was, of course, cool to start pointing out. But then what we did is we walked from the square down to Main Street, which is right by the railroad, and this is where like the real old buildings are. Yes. Our town was founded in 1860, and there are buildings from 1860 right along there. And then what's fun is then we walked. So the town, basically, we started where the town started, and then we walked along the westward expansion of the town, right? And we could figure out, like, notice how the buildings go from being like really ornate, beautifully kept storefronts to like brick, like plain brick, no windows. And like
warehouse,
right? Yes, this is where we were heading, and like loading docks, and like how the buildings.
Yeah,
it was a really cool, fun walk. And by the end, we had it was nice to have these conversations about like, one question that came up was, Dad, why don't people build buildings out of brick and granite anymore?
Because we have cheaper things to build buildings out of,
right?
And here you go. Here's a fun thing to think about next time you go into a building, listeners. All modern buildings are built by the cheapest bidder.
Yes.
There you go.
Anyway,
that's that's fun. On that. I like to bring that up at school sometimes when my fellow teachers are like, man, why is this building so weird? I'm like, well, because it was built by the lowest bidder. That's why. And they're like,
and that was another question, was why do people build it so cheap if they know it's not going to last long? And I went, because they don't care that it won't last long.
Yes.
And also, it's not as though people were building these buildings thinking that they would still be around in another 140 years.
That's true.
Right. It was just the nature of the materials lend themselves to long lifespan and preservation of that building.
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, in 1860s, like there is no sheet metal, right? There is no sheetrock, right? Like the building materials world doesn't really exist. It's kind of like ye old RPG. You're like, collect stone, right?
Well, I found along our walk, right? So we're downtown and we're looking at the columns and the granite that are facing all of the stores and stuff. We get down to where some of these other buildings that were built cheaper, and here's how I know. It's because they didn't use the granite and the stone. No, they used what I can only believe to be cast iron storefronts. Have you seen that?
I don't know. I don't think we have any of those. Ours are all like brick. And some stone.
I had never paid attention to this, but we have storefronts where the door frame, the lintels around the top and down, it's all of one piece. And if you look underneath the paint that is really peeling, it's solid metal.
Oh,
like
interesting.
Poured iron into a mold, and they went, build a storefront around this. And I can only assume that this, ladies and gentlemen, was the cheaper option, right? A single poured mold of metal for the warehouse.
That's probably true. Actually, I don't.
Yeah, this was wild, and we're just staying there, and then we walked past the building that I've mentioned here that is falling apart.
Oh yes.
Spoiler, still falling apart.
I was gonna say, still not fallen all the way down though.
But what it does give you is a wonderful look at a beautiful deconstructed building and the process of it just slowly collapsing upon the street.
Yeah, you can see all those construction techniques.
Yeah, look. So this
I like
was,
the thing where we have some of the buildings kind of like we saw when we were in where were we? Oh, in Wowoka, right?
Oh, the make-believe place of Oklahoma. Yes.
Yeah. Where you have like we went downtown to eat some day this week, right? When we were on an adventure that I'll get to in a little bit. But like they have the thing where like the front of the building used to be out further. And so like out on the sidewalk, like outside the building, you can see like tile, right?
Oh.
From where it was like, that's where the wall was.
Yeah.
Like this is the floor, or there was like decorative floor like right outside the building or whatever. But sometimes it's like, this was when you came in the building.
Yes.
But it was like a set out as like a storefront display window, you know? And like that is gone now, but the tiling is still just there. So like on the ground. There's a couple, like the coffee shop place has that, like outside the building. There's just some tile here. That's because the building used to come out further, like just a little bit, or at least the window front bit was sticking out more, you know, when it was more shoppy and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see those details, right? And all of a sudden you're like really looking around. And so it was neat. That was our morning adventure before we ran inside to stay warm.
Yes. A lot of ours are like, or I mean, not a lot, but there are several buildings down in our downtown that are like, they do the thing where they have you can definitely tell they're like old, like store display windows, because there are still things where their windows are out here, and then the door is inset back. Like you walk between the window things to go back to the door. Right? So the door is back further than the display. So some of the stores still have that. Right, yes. The thing there like that.
Yep.
So you can be like, oh, that was like one of them was like a department store, right? Like, there's the go.
Oh, and then you just reminded me. Yeah, we had these series where there was all these in the department stores with the display windows. It's inset. It's so cool, right? And we have a few stores who still like, well, they're antique stores, and because that's what you do in old buildings a lot.
Yeah.
And they're doing those big beautiful display cases in windows. And then we were walking, and the building thing, it was like 321. No, it's 320. And then right on the front was 320 and a half.
Whoa. What in the magical platforms going on here?
Yeah. And I was asked, what is going on here? And I said, well, these buildings have 2 stories. And
clearly how you get to Hogwarts. Like,
yeah. And so what happened is this was an building, right? It was somebody built this. Usually shopkeepers lived above it, and then they had their store below it. However, in some of these, it was converted so that there was a shop below, and then there was like a shop or something above it.
A differenter shop, yeah.
A differenter shop. And they needed an address. Well, they can't change the entire row of buildings because to the left and to the right of this is 319 and then 321. Yeah. And so they cut in an external staircase, put a door on it, and call it 320 and a half.
Nice.
And then we're walking, and it's like, that's really common in our downtown.
That's very interesting. I've never noticed that on ours. I'll have to look next time we get on there.
Sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes, because it's all over where, it's not like on everything, but like way more common than I expected, where there's like the main door, and then there's like a little door to the right or to the left that's shut and locked and has a different address. Either it has a half on it. And then some of them have external doors where you can just walk up the steps, and then up at the top of the steps is the door that goes into the other shop, and there's no street side door, right? And there's mailboxes there. It's just like all crazy. And so it's like, this is them figuring out what do we do with this existing space to make it more workable, because the original shopkeeper isn't there anymore, and now it says in the second or third or fourth or 17th hands, and they want to use it differently. So it's kind of neat to see adaptations to the buildings, and 320 and a half. But it's like,
that's true. That's funny.
It's great. Yes.
Like I think I may have mentioned this before, but there is one building downtown that is a antique store, right? Obviously, because like you said, that's what you do. But it also it's an antique store, like, but the majority of their business is also like t-shirt shop, right?
Yes.
So the downstairs is like overflowing with t-shirtness, but it used to be a department store. And the layout of the store is like super cool. Like the counter is still this huge counter is in there, right? And but if you go upstairs in the back, you can go to the second floor where it's like open in the middle, so it's like horseshoed all the way around, right? And there's these little like it's all separated. And Susan said that that's because it used to be like they used to put like different furniture displays in each of the little cubby thing.
Oh, what?
Right. So it goes, there's a railing upstairs that goes like all the way around. You can see from downstairs, right? And it's like completely circling you. But when you go upstairs, there's like these little cubbies, these like little sections, right? And they're just like, 10, 12 feet long or whatever. But she said that those were displays. So you could see like all the furniture or whatever together.
That is so cool.
And some of them have like different carpeting in them still. Like it's kind of nuts. There is a third floor that you can't go to.
Oh,
and I want to go to that third floor like so bad. Like I can't even begin to understand. Like the urge to be like, what is on the third floor of this building?
So
she said that used to be like offices and stuff.
Oh,
right. Or like manager offices, whatever. So there could be, who knows what's up there, but that's pretty.
I like that. Speaking of doors that were shut, well, let's do two things. We talk about downtown. I know one of your favorite pieces of downtown is your artwork and mural that you have.
Oh yeah,
and I thought of you today because in walking down in our downtown, which we actually have like 6 or 7 murals throughout downtown.
Nice,
they're beautiful. Came across one today, and I failed to grab a photo, and I apologize for it.
It's okay.
However, imagine this, Brandon. Train running along the tracks. And it's just huge. It's all along the side of this massive building. Beautiful train. Oh, it's in an alley, too. That's what's weird. Is there's not much space to like step back and get perspective because you just kind of see it glancingly. Beautiful scenery. Train running along the tracks. Very detailed. And what could possibly be looming over the train as it trundles down the tracks?
I don't know. Could it be?
But a giant American flag,
of course,
with the head of an eagle.
See how generic? Look, I'm telling you. How boring is this?
Oh, they had it. They had it with the train. It was like you were so close. If you would have just stopped, right? Just stop.
Like, no,
stop. No, you can't. You can't. But so I just stood there laughing, and I couldn't take a picture because on the other side of this alley is the abandoned old movie theater. Like I don't know when this thing is from, but it has not been used in many decades. And I'm going to say probably it's 1940s, 50s era, and it didn't last very long. However, it has a abandoned, dangerous building, do not enter sign on it.
Oh,
and so of course I just went up and opened the door.
Yeah, I've seen enough urban exploration YouTube videos to know that that's really just a suggestion, and it's fine.
And so the door opened.
I mean, wait, all of those image videos are generated by AI, and nobody was breaking any laws. That's what I meant to say.
No,
right?
No.
So guys, don't worry.
In my fever dream, I opened the door.
Yeah.
And had it not been for the hypothetically, had it not been for the massive amounts of pigeon feces,
everywhere,
and the the fumes that hit me as I opened that door, I would have totally got into this building. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why all the Urbex dudes wear the little mask thing.
Masks.
Right?
I know.
Now, number one, it's to be incognito, but also dust, right? Like,
but this totally there, door open, ready to walk into.
Nice.
And I mean, technically, hypothetically, could have walked into, but didn't. Realistically.
Yeah, I had a moment like this when I was walking down. I was waiting for Susan to do a thing downtown, so I was like walking around several months ago. I think I mentioned it, and so I just started walking through the alleyways.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And like up on top of this thing, you could see like graffiti, and I was like, I can get up there. Like I didn't. Obviously,
yeah.
It was like in the middle of the day too. So that was pretty suspect. But I was like, yeah, I could get up there. Like I could.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no,
these intrusive thoughts. Like,
yes.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. No, like
I was at the threshold, just being like, oh man, like if I wasn't worried about the respiratory diseases or being rushed by the squatters who live in here, most likely,
or just the pigeons, right?
Or like, just the pigeons. I've seen Home Alone, New York. I know what pigeons can do.
Or the random raccoons that are just like chilling, like get out of my.
Exactly. I don't want rabies, and so I was like, I'll just shut this door, and that's just it's just a life that's left in there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I thoroughly this today brought me much joy this morning, be able to walk through and explore and all that fun stuff. So alas, but
that's true.
You went on an adventure too? What was you?
Well, a small adventure, right? We we were wandering around downtown and stuff, and we went to the antique stores, right? Is what we did because Susan and Dusty like concocted some sort of like bizarre Christmas gift exchange ritual that involved gifts from a flea market, right? And so we of course had to go journeying to
yes, this is good.
Right. I was a bit taken off guard because they were like, she had mentioned that they were going to do that, and I was like, okay, that's fine, cool, whatever. And then like, I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or it was one of those things where I think they were texting each other like parts of this plan. And then all of a sudden there was messages in a group text between me, Dusty, and Susan about this plan. And I was like, what is happening? There's like, and so I got reeled into this somehow.
I see. Yes.
Anyway, so we did go and had to go buy a Christmas present for Dusty at the antique store, right? And so this was difficult because, right, I was trying to think like, does this gift need to just be the embodiment of an antique store, or does it need to be like some really random thing to get her for a deal, right? This was what I was struggling with. Like, do you get the random cast iron corn pan thing? Because every antique store in the Midwest has random cast iron corn pan. Like every single one. Every single one of them.
Yes, it
has it in there. This one had two. Right. Or do you get also important on the bingo card of at least Missouri flea markets, Zane Grey / Louis L'Amour novels, right? Just stacks of those things everywhere.
So well worn. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. But importantly, I did discover, or at least part of the present is definitely a like Bigfoot research team coasters.
Yes. Absolutely it is.
It's very good.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yeah. This is the goal that you're looking for.
Yes.
Like, it's very difficult. Like, do you get random dish things? Do you get like, why is there so many like random silver cups in here? They just need about 20 minutes of polishing and they'll be good to go. Like, and of course, because I'm me, can I walk past the giant bins of tools without looking through them? No.
Why would you?
No,
do
I cannot.
That's ridiculous.
Do I need an 8-inch T-bevel square?
Probably.
No.
Well,
do I have one now? Yes, I do.
and now when you need it, you'll be like, oh, see, well, that's so
yeah,
silly.
Yeah, right. So there you go. This is I was like, Merry Christmas to myself. Like, do I need this? Absolutely not. Do I carpenter ever? No. But I might need it. And judging by looking on eBay, I got a heck of a deal on this sucker too. So there you go.
There we go. Even
some of them, they're like, I mean, these are not like expensive items, but they were like, some of them are on sale for like $25 plus shipping. Like, bro, this thing was like $10. Like, come on. What did you? It's got brass on it. Come on. What are you
gonna easy? That was.
Do I need this? No.
Yes, I think so.
Is it going in my toolbox though? Absolutely. Right.
Just to have.
And you can tell it's from an antique store because somebody else's initials are burned into the bottom here.
That's perfect, though.
Right? Provenance. That's what we call that. We call that provenance.
Yes. Yes. You're just carrying on their tradition and their legacy with your weird little tool now.
Yeah. Except for they were probably an actual carpenter. So
I mean,
but never know. But yeah, that was our big adventure, and so we have to meet up with her to do that because we did see her on like Christmas, but like it was with the whole rest of the family, and that would have been awkward to like, oh hey Dusty, I got you a present exclusively. No one else. So we're gonna do that later, but like,
sure, that's fair. Well, that's good. I have not been. We have a I haven't been into an antique store in a while. We do have one in our town that is trying to be like and succeeding, being like the high end, like classy one. Where everything is very nice, which just means like they know the price, and so it is priced accordingly.
Yeah. Well, some of them I don't like. We have a couple. But I only really like to go to one of them because some of the other ones are like people that they're like there's like crafty stuff in there,
Yeah.
And like there's not a lot of like random old junk, and that's what I want. Is like the random old stuff like that. I don't want like the one that we go to the most has like a mix of things, right?
Yeah.
But the one that we go to also used to be a train station, so it's winning there too. But like.
Nice.
Or like there's one and it's got like a lot of like big furniture in it. That's like the most, like it's got mostly like stuff that people have like redone or like are redoing where it's like it's just not as cool. I don't know. I like the vibes of this one. The vibes are very important in the antique stores.
Yeah, this one is definitely more of like everything is curated and like
I like those ones
and matched and stuff. And they definitely do not have the random corn cast iron pans in there, as there's. So
that's unfortunate because that's how you know you're in the right spot, right? Random corn pan, right? Like that's what. This one also, we haven't been in there in like a long time, and there is still a giant stack of aluminum cafeteria trays. So like at this point, really.
I mean,
it's like,
I think
it's like, what do I, they've been sitting here for a real long time.
I bet you get a good deal on them.
Why do they need to be? They also had like a huge jukebox in there, right? Which was not there last time. And it's definitely from the 80s, like definitely based on the country songs in this jukebox. And the fact that there's more than one Mickey Gilley song was really kind of intriguing.
I think you found it. Look, I don't know.
Having one Mickey Gilley song is pretty niche. More than one. This is getting intense, guys. Like what in the Boot Scootin' Boogie is happening right now? Where did this thing come from? What mystery provenance is this thing? Because holy cannoli.
Man.
Like what?
You just want to know what dive bar, what honky tonk did that get pulled out of? You just want to know.
Yeah, where on earth was this thing.
Yes. Yeah. And you want to sit down with the guy who put it together, because let's be honest, just like what was the thought process? How many times did you get yelled at that you didn't have enough of these?
Yeah. Who says, I mean, again, this got me from the 80s, right? Like, because who else says, man, needs more Mickey Gilley? Like, that is really awkward, right? This is what is the movie? Was it Urban Cowboy with John Travolta? That takes place at Gilley's, right?
Yeah.
Is it Urban Cowboy? Is that John Travolta? Is that true? Is that what I'm thinking of? Is that the right movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Good pull.
Yeah. And that's a very 80s movie. So that's probably when this jukebox is, the era that this jukebox is from.
Yes. That's what you need more of.
No, I definitely don't have a place to put this monstrous thing. Like, it's huge.
Well, yeah, it's got to hold all that Mickey Gilley. Of course, it's got to be
it's
huge.
got all the 45 records in there. This sucker's like 4 feet across.
Yes.
Like, it's huge.
I think what you're trying to say is it's perfect. So.
It's like the rectangle-y ones,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like the big rectangle that has like the big backboard thing on
nice.
it. So, but it is like 4 feet wide.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, that's rough.
You gotta have a spot for that, right? This is not I'll just fit this in my day. No. You gotta plan around this. This is the living room, right? Like,
oh my gosh. That's great.
Yeah. Pretty good. So that's all we've done really this week, and just been vegging out, right? And actually playing video games for a while, have some time. So attempting to make my way through that.
Nice.
To try to finish it this time. Right? Trying to finish Cyberpunk. Totally not related to any current events whatsoever. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't know.
But like, I don't know.
Talking about it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was watching part of the video as I today earlier. It's something that we talked about before too. It's like a lot of people think Cyberpunk and like that kind of thing is cool, but that's because they don't understand what's happening. They just like look at the sci-fi tech and they're like, "Oh, that's sweet." No, wait,
no,
hold on.
Back up here.
Like the fact that people like Elon Musk think it's cool means that he doesn't understand media at all.
Yeah,
or fiction. I'm like, wait, no, see the bad guy here? It's you.
Yeah, like all of the tech billionaires who are like, they saw Terminator and they're like, what they got out of it was, so you're saying you can have some technology that just controls everything, and that's right? Like, wow, that sounds great. And you're like, did you miss the most? What? Huh?
Yes. Yes, like clearly Elon Musk watched RoboCop and was like, "Oh, that truck is cool."
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. People who watched, they thought HAL 9000. They're like, he's just misunderstood. I think.
Yeah, he's just a friendly.
More if-then statements, he'd be fine. I can program it out of him. Right.
That's not how this works. I could fix him. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh, that's my sci-fi novel. Oh man.
Yes.
There we go. Toxic relationship, but AI version instead.
Please write
no, guys, I can fix him.
I could fix it, tech billionaire.
Yeah. Like, no, guys, don't worry. I can fix him so that he won't want to annihilate you. He's just misunderstood, guys.
On all the dates and stuff, all the friends and family are trying to like have an intervention. It's not healthy, and it's not good. And he's just like, no,
like red flags everywhere. No, guys, you just don't understand him like I do.
I just gotta code more. It's fine. It's coming along great. They've grown so much.
Yeah, this is. Oh dear. This is like toxic high school relationship, but it's AI instead. Like that's what's happening. Yeah. But of course, we did have some time for some reading.
I did too.
Aha! I will say I did have to go back because I did read this like much earlier in the week. And so earlier today I was like, wait, what happened?
Oh, yes.
Because of all the Christmas thing, all the blah, 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 and everything. I was just like, man. I sat down, I was like, wait a minute. Do I remember what Pip was up to? A little bit, because I did, of course, watch The Christmas Carol. So,
yes.
some of these things.
Man, you were just
coming in
there.
hot here. Right? So we read, what did we read? 13, 14, 15?
13, 14, 15.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yes. Yes. So we had to go. Pip had to bring Joe to Miss Havisham, right?
Yes.
Something that he was quite embarrassed to have to do. He was not looking forward to this, and this is what follows may be the most awkward social interaction ever written.
I did not appreciate the awkwardness of this, and I felt even more awkward after this.
So bad. Like when you watch, like, I don't remember, this has a name, right? But like when you're watching like TV and you get like secondhand embarrassment for people, right? We've talked about this too before, but like, well, there has a name. There's some sort of name for that. But like that is what this chapter is like, right? Like it's just that in written form.
That's all it is. It's just so hard to listen to and read.
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to Google the name for this, and I can't. I got vicarious embarrassment. That's really not very exciting. I was hoping there was some sort of exciting word like Schadenfreude for this, but it's like the opposite of that. Anyway, yeah. So we go there. We get our first intro line to the chapter. Gives us basically this thought was, it was a trial to my feelings on the next day to see Joe arraying himself in his Sunday clothes to accompany to Miss Havisham's, right? Because Joe is trying so hard to like get dressed up for the situation that it's already awkward for Pip to have to watch him do this.
Yep.
Oh no. Sister not wanting to be left out because she's very miffed that she's not going. Like, well, how come she didn't say she wanted to see me? So she's going too, but she's just gonna stay with Uncle Pumblechook for reasons.
Fun.
Yeah. And so they go down, and they get let in. Estella's there, so he's like embarrassed that Estella has seen Joe, right? And they go in there, and they just go like right in, and Joe is just like so overwhelmed with this whole situation. Also, right? Got to remember, Mitch Havisham is freaking weird. Okay.
Yep.
And somehow Pip is like relatively accustomed to this like very bizarre scene that is happening, right? Of her in her withered old wedding dress, half dressed in thing, right? And so he's just kind of like, whatever. And like not taking into account that Joe has got to be so utterly confused about what in the world he's looking at right now.
And uncomfortable, right? As a grown man.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
in the dark, right? Getting led around this big decrepit house into darkness, like to this creepy, weird lady sitting in a room wearing the same clothes she's been wearing for who knows how long.
Uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah, like it's really kind of disgusting if you think about it. But like like you bathe? What's going on here? Anyway, so yeah. And so she proceeds to have a conversation with Joe, but Joe will only talk to Pip.
And only address Pip.
Yeah, he won't even address her.
He won't use her name. And okay.
So it's like she will ask Joe something, Joe will turn and answer Pip, and then she like just has to listen to him talk to Pip, and then like continue. It's a very ineffective way to have a conversation, right? This reminds me of like sometimes Susan's mom will do this. Actually, does this all the time, right? Like we'll be sitting all together, right? All together. We're all at the table, right? And she'll ask Susan a question. And then she'll look at Susan and say things like, well, does Brandon like that? And I'm like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm right here. What? It's not the 1940s anymore. You can talk directly to me. It's okay. Like,
no one's coming for you, right?
I know. Like, and so sometimes I just answer, but sometimes Susan will just go, I don't know, Mom. Why don't you ask him?
Oh, nice. Ah.
She did the other day in the car too. Like, we're just driving. She goes, well, does Brandon think blah, blah, blah? And I was like, oh, bro, I'm right here. I can hear you. This reminded me of that a little bit, right? Like this.
That's fantastic.
So bizarre. Anyway, she wants to give them money, right? She wants to make sure that you're gonna take Pip, right? Mm-hmm. And Pip's slightly disappointed here because he kind of thought the whole time that like Miss Havisham was gonna like help him out or like take him under her wing, whatever that would be. Yeah, but here we can see she's like, no, I'm going to make sure that you apprentice this boy. And Pip is kind of like upset about this, right? Because he's on this quest. He wants to like be more gentlemanly, right? He wants to like improve his station in life.
Yeah.
If only to impress these people for some weird reason. But now he's like confronted with the fact that he will have to be Joe's apprentice.
Yep.
And she like gives him 25 guineas, which apparently this is another word for pounds because the British just have 75,000 names for their currency. Well, this is like, I did some unit converting earlier in the week, so I might be off slightly. This is something like $2,500.
Oh,
today.
Okay.
Right? 2,600. This is a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot. This is like months worth of wages.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Okay.
So this is like her compensating Pip for his time or something, I guess. Right?
Awkwardness, hopefully.
Yeah. This is an absurdly large amount of money. Right? That she just like throws at him. And this is why he's kind of like, right? Like, but that's why she's also like, you'll get no more from me. Mm-hmm. Right? She's making that perfectly clear. Like, I'm giving you this, but you will not get any more. Yeah. And she's saying that because this is a stupid amount of money to be giving somebody.
Yeah. She makes it's very plain, like you said. Of like,
yeah.
This is and because what does she say? She pulls him aside too, right?
Yeah.
Joe, as they're leaving, where she says, that boy has been a good boy here, and that is his reward, right? Of course, as an honest man, you will expect no other and no more, right? It's really final, as in like, and done, and don't. It's so abrupt too. Like, I guess it was abrupt starting and awkward starting, and this is a very awkward end too. Because also, what does she not do in this conversation? She never says thank you. Right? She never says, like, this has been good. I've enjoyed this. This has enriched my life or blah, blah, blah. Nope. It's like, and I guess, I guess the whole point of having Joe come in is like, is Pip telling the truth here? And does he have a future? And okay. Is Pip going to be okay kind of thing? Or is this just another novelty thing that she needs in her life to enrich herself? I don't know.
Yeah, it's really kind of unclear and it's really kind of weird. But I really found the website I looked at. This is approximately 125 days worth of skilled tradesman's labor in 1850 worth of work. Right? Roughly. So it's like $2,600 that she just like throws at him. It's like, okay, here you go.
That's insane.
This is enough money to buy a whole horse or 4 cows, apparently.
Well,
yes.
Glad. You know what? I didn't know that before. No, I do.
Now you do. It's like, so they just go, right? And the parting words here are kind of also harsh. Like, am I to come again? And she says, no.
No.
Right? Nope. He's your master now. Goodbye. Right. And boom, they walk away. Right. And it's this really awkward thing. And Joe doesn't really recover well from this. But like, they also, is this chapter? Hold on. Like, we go and see the uncle, right? Yes. And see
and there's some weird, like, where Joe is now saying that this is for Mrs. Joe suddenly too, right? This is where he keeps saying, like, what does he say? Oh yeah, he's saying, Miss Haversham, said Joe with a fixed look at me like an effort of remembrance, made it very particular that we should give her were compliments or respects, Pip. Compliments, I said, which that were my own belief, answered Joe. Her compliments to Mrs. Joe Gargery. Like, all of a sudden it's like, and I don't know if this happened in a private conversation that wasn't recorded.
I don't think so. I think this is just like Joe. I feel like I kind of felt like this was him, like, understanding why Pip lied last time, right? And I think he's just like, because it feels like it's so, like, he's just like, oh yeah, because she's so mad, right? And she's so upset, and he probably doesn't want to get boxed in the ears again or punched in the nose because she's insane. That he's like, oh yeah, no, she said to tell you hi, right?
Yes,
you know, like that. Just like oh yeah, like he's like putting, like, these are the common courtesy things I think of the time, right? You like ask about the other people, right? And you do these things, right? The niceties of the circle of people, right? Which Miss Havisham clearly doesn't do ever, right? But Joe's like, oh yeah, no, she said the best wishes to you, and but like, because that's what you're supposed to do, you know.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of like when you see somebody, you're like, oh yeah, tell them I said hi, like, and you sometimes do and you sometimes forget, right? But you're just, you know, like, they're, oh, so and so said hi, like, you know. It's like that. I think he's just like adding that in there.
That's kind of
what I felt like. I don't know if that's true, because
where if he actually said what, and I think it's like he's trying to make that interaction as normal as humanly possible, and then soothe his wife as well.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's kind of what I took it, because like, clearly Miss Havisham would never say these things. No. Right? We don't know. She's pretty mysterious to us still, but like, we know enough about her that she does not stand on like niceties or like general congeniality. Like, she doesn't care.
She has no care
about these things, right? Like manners and proper decorum and whatnot. Yeah. Right? She walked around the table smacking her with her walking stick, telling people where they were going to sit to enjoy her funeral. And so she's not asking about others' well-being.
Not even
a little bit. Not even a little bit. So we like, and then follows a very bizarre sequence that this was very weird, right? And I'm assuming this is based on like actual historical events, because otherwise, why would he put it in the book, right? It doesn't make sense. But we have to bind him to Joe, like, right now. All of a sudden, like, we must, like, we did this thing. We've talked to Miss Havisham. You said this to her. She's giving you all this money, and the uncle is like very, like, yes. We must have him bound. I said I'd see to it, to tell you the truth. And so they have to rush out to the town hall to see the justices, and they have to do this like whole thing and like sign official papers, because like this isn't just like oh, Pip's gonna like hang out and work with Joe in the forge. No. This is apparently like official state sanctioned apprenticeship.
Which
rules, regulations,
yeah.
something has to happen here. So we have to go to the courthouse. We have to see the justices. We have to stamp the paper. We have to have some sort of binding contractual agreement, right? In the bureaucracy that, of course, is the Victorian era, obviously. This must occur. And so this whole like whirlwind thing was like very confusing because I was like, what?
Well, and like, yes, it also comes with things he cannot do. We later find that like it sounds like part of this is if he's ever, oh gosh, where was this? Oh, I'd lost this, where he's like he can't, like if he gets caught, drinking or being out past curfew or something like that, like he could it just says yes. Addressed the subject of my being bound and had fiendishly congratulated them on my being liable to imprisonment if I played at cards, drank strong liquors, kept late hours or bad company, or indulged in other vagaries which the form of my indentures appeared to contemplate. Right. So he's basically saying like this also comes with a lot of other things around this too. And I was confused as to why this was necessary. If this was Pumblechook being like, well, we said we were going to do this, and and Haversham is said to do this, or did it have to do with this large sum of money that all of a sudden
it might have had something to do with that, right? Like if he's indentured, then like it's not like I feel like part of it is like because now he's like when they say the word indentured, right? That to me means like this money doesn't necessarily belong to Pip now. Like they're holding it for him.
That's what I thought as well.
Right. Yeah. Based on the fact that they decided to go out and eat at this like big crazy restaurant. Right. And they're gonna use this money to have this celebratory dinner. Right. But they're not really celebrating Pip. They're just like actually using his excuse to like go out and appear to be people of means.
Yes.
Right. At Pip's expense, really. So Pip is funding this. And also when you were talking about that other stuff, I don't know if that is like real or if that is just Pumblechook saying like, oh, you got to do this and you can't do these things or else. Well, like, I don't know what the actual legal standing of any of this is, or is this just Pumblechook like blowing smoke, trying to like scare Pip into making sure he like listens and follows all the rules. So that's what like I was unclear about that, right? That's a loss in translation thing. I don't know if that's a thing that's actually true or if that's like Pumblechook just being like, oh, listen up, like being all hoity-toity and weird and holier than thou like he is, right? Like,
yes.
And Pip is not enjoying any of this. And he like my only other remembrance of this great festival are that they wouldn't let me go to sleep.
Yes. He's so tired. Everybody keeps telling him you should be having fun. And he's like, yeah, I am, even though I wasn't.
Yeah. And so he just like wants to go to bed and they like won't let him. And they just keep waking him up and making him be part of the conversation that he clearly has no care in the world about, right? And the final line of this chapter is finally, I remember that when I got into my little bedroom, I was truly wretched. I had a strong conviction on me that I should never like Joe's trade. I had liked it once, but once was not now. I think this is partially a reflection of two things, right? Number one, we have, as we'll see in the next chapter, like the next chapter is very short. And it's basically just only Pip being like embarrassed, right? Not embarrassed, but like a little bit embarrassed, but like he, like we've talked about before, like he never really thought about his like common status until he saw Miss Haversham and Estella, right? And now he's very aware of his common status.
Yeah.
And so like whenever he wasn't aware, like Joe's trade seemed like perfectly fine, right? But now that he has aspirations to be more, he's like, oh, this isn't great, right? And also, I think it's also like, oh, now I have to do this, right? Like it seemed fine when it's just like something that Joe does. It's cool, blah, blah. now that I am bound to this, I don't really like that very much at all.
Yeah. Now,
because Pip is still a man of whimsy, right? Because he is, let's not forget, a child.
Yes.
Or perhaps an early teen at this stage, right? But or perhaps preteen. We're not entirely sure. But so the fact that he like now is mandated to do blacksmithery, he's like, oh, that's not cool. Like,
nope.
It's fine and cool to like watch and like help out here and there, but like now having to do it as a job all the time, that's a lot less cool than just like watching somebody else do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think that does just, I mean, that's basically the next chapter, right? Is like the whole thing. Like that's all this is, right? He's just kind of talking about blacksmithing, but he does say it is the most miserable thing to feel ashamed of home.
Yeah.
Right. I was thinking this week about this chapter and well, I mean, the book up until now, but this chapter specifically, even though it is 1.5 pages long, really. Right. When you think about all these people on the news, right? And they decry like social media, right? Now they're doing it for the right reason. Okay. Like they're saying like, oh, like all this stuff, like social media is out of hand, like all this stuff's bad, blah, blah, right? But why? Why is it bad? Right? Well, these people are telling you like what to do, and then it makes you not feel good about yourself. Right. So if we talk about like, I don't know, we've talked on here before about like the book talk people, right? Where like very clearly, like they're not like some of those people, like reading books is not their hobby. It's like collecting books and like overconsumption is their hobby, right? Like if you look at hobby things, right? People that do hobbies online, right? They always do like hauls and stuff like that. Where they're like, oh, look at all these things I bought to do my hobby. But like, even if your hobby is like coloring, like, bro, you don't need like $1,500 worth of stuff to color.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right? You know, you can just do it. It's fine. But this is like the influencer epidemic, right? Like the things that you have aren't good enough, right? You need these things to be better, right? This is the mindset of the internet. This is the mirror that it turns on you, right? Turns out, not a new phenomenon. Because this is exactly what Dickens is writing about right now. Okay. Exactly. This is what Pip is dealing with. And this book was published in serial form in the 1850s. Okay. The exact same thing. So don't come at me and be like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, this is a brand new thing that's never happened before. Brilliant.
Yep. It's not social media's thing. This is a human nature thing.
Yeah.
I think
it's amplified it to some extent.
Well,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
It made it a more visible problem. And it's brought the problem to new and exciting areas like coloring. Guys, calm down. You can just color. Your hobby is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a side note. Okay, side note. Okay, listen. Here's Brandon and Colin with the O Brother podcast, the de-influencers. This is one of our new goals. Right?
So.
Right? Like your hobby is supposed to be fun. And you're supposed to like it.
Yeah.
Right?
At least a little bit. You know?
Yeah. It's not, like if you're doing your hobby to like be Clark Griswold and be better than your neighbor, that's not a hobby anymore. Right?
No.
So if you want to color, do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
do it.
Yes. And
like if you don't want anybody to see your hobby, that's cool. Yeah. If you want us to see your hobby, if you want me and Colin to see it, that's fine. We'll look at it and we'll like it.
Yeah.
I promise.
Do thumbs up.
Yeah. Send it to us. We'll look at it. You can share it with us. We'll be your de-influencer homies. Okay. We'll just revel in how happy you were to color or whatever it is you're doing. Right. I don't care. Like this is insane. Right. But again, this like idea that this is like a new phenomenon and this is like a brand new thing that's never happened before. Bro, it's what Dickens is talking about, right? This whole book, right, is about that so far, right? Granted, we're only on chapter 14, but right, Pip is mad and he's become aware of a world outside of his own, right? He wants to aspire to escape his little sphere, and he when he encounters people that are not in it, he now feels embarrassed of his station, right? Now, I understand that Dickens is also commenting on like social class structure. Okay, I understand that. But that sort of same thing is happening in like hobby world and things on the internet and influence land, right? Like they show this like very lavish version of reality that is not real. And people don't actually do this. But like, you know, you can just, you don't need that stuff to do your thing, right? It's fine. It's okay. But that's what this chapter is about. And that's what I was thinking about this week. Like, was this like very short chapter in regards to all of those things and just how interesting it is that, like you said, this appears to be a human nature problem, not an internet problem, right? Now, the internet, as we know, makes all aspects of human nature worse, apparently. But like,
yeah,
this is not a new phenomenon.
Well, because with the internet, instead of having one Miss Havisham and one Estella, you have hundreds of them looking down on you, telling you that you're doing it wrong, and that kind of viewing you as an oddity. And if just one Havisham and one Estella was enough to take Pip from, he says here, I had believed in the forge as the glowing road to manhood and independence. Within a single year, all this was changed. Right? If it was, how much more so in a day where it is amplified, but yet still, it's something that everybody has grappled with, this feeling of discontentment, feeling of being sub to someone else, and feeling like everything else is common, and you need to aspire to more, greater, better, and you need to have bigger, better dreams and aspirations and things around you and your station in life. Like that is just like, oh, okay. This is what Pip goes through. This is what everybody goes through early in life, later in life. Sometimes it's something you go through multiple times. Right. As I got comfortable with myself in high school, and I'm comfortable with who I am and how I'm operating. Now I'm in, college, or I'm out working, or I'm out whatever. Now I have to figure out, redefine what I'm comfortable with and who I am in this new perspective. And this is just Pip encountering it in this one little light in his one little area where he was hoping to go, and how that was now ruined for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely ruined for him. Right. This is weird. Like, they're talking about singing this song, right? The Forge song with him, right?
Oh, yes.
And at the very end, right, it says, when the thought of how we used to sing it at Miss Havisham's, I would seem to show Estella's face in the fire, with her pretty hair fluttering in the wind and her eyes scorning me. Often at such time, I would look towards those panels of black night in the wall, which the wooden windows were, and fancy that I had seen her just drawing her face away, and I'd believe that she had come at last. Right. Yep. After that, when we were into supper, and the place in the meal would have been more homely than ever, and I would feel more ashamed of home than ever in my own ungracious breast. Right? Like, yep. What?
Yeah. Oh, it's just, you see how everything now is just, everything is consuming. He has nothing that is bringing him joy in his home, in his work, in the people around him, and he's just miserable because he feels like what he says. Like he does pat himself on the back of that he never talked to Joe about this. That he never brought to Joe how unhappy he was with learning the forge and what he was doing. Which is interesting, given how he's talked about how he shouldn't have withheld things from Joe, and he felt guilty about withholding from Joe's, and now he's like, well, I'm just doing this to keep him better, keep him happy, or whatever. But it just, oh, I just, and he attributes to like, basically whatever progress I made, whatever thing I did, it was all because Joe pulled me through. Is Joe, right? Like he talks about it is not possible to know how far the influence of any amiable, honest, hardworking, duty-doing man flies out into the world, but it is very possible to know how it has touched one's self in going by. And I know right well that any good that intermixed itself with my apprenticeship came of plain, contented Joe, and not of restlessly aspiring, discontented me. How he's like, as we've talked about, here's Joe, plain, simple, just plain and simple, and super like happy and content. And Joe's now feeling like he's on this outside, and he recognizes these things about himself, but he can't help it.
Yeah. So it's a rough one. It's a rough stuff here.
It's rough. It's rough.
And then in chapter 15, there's a lot happening in this chapter, right? Like, I don't know if it was drawn out a bit, all these pages. We could have condensed this slightly. Charles, come on. What are you doing, buddy? But there's a lot happening in our final chapter here this week, right? We're getting too big for school, right? The instruction time is, as aforementioned, not going just swimmingly.
Yeah.
He is also getting frustrated because, like, whatever he learns at school, like, he's trying to, like, talk to Joe about it to, like, help Joe. He's like, I wanted to make Joe less ignorant and comment that he might be worthier of my society and less open to Estella's reproach, right? But Joe doesn't really care. He's like, whatever, it's fine. Right? I never knew Joe to remember anything from one Sunday to another or to acquire under my tuition or any piece of information whatsoever.
Nope. Joe's just going along.
He doesn't care. He's like accepted. Like that Joe is like fine with who he is, right? Like you're saying, really, like like overall, like he's fine. He's like, whatever, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what this appeal thing about him. He's fine.
He's just doing this for Pip, right? Like,
he's just trying to listen and be helpful and blah blah. But like he's so overcome with all of this that he wants, like, hey, maybe I could take half a day off, right? He wants to take half a day off of work, right? Because he wants to go and talk to Miss Haberstroh. And Joe's like, you can't do that because she said no. He's like, no, I just want to like see her and I just let her know that I'm okay and that my apprenticeship's going well,
right? Yeah, too. Like, I never got a chance to thank her.
Yeah, he's like, tell her thank you. Yeah. And Joe's like, okay, fine, I guess, whatever. But then, right, get this awkward interaction here. There's this other dude that's working with Joe, whose name is Orlick. It's a terrible name. And so like Pip, because Pip doesn't know about, doesn't know about being subtle. He's like, yo, Joe, remember I'm taking half day off tomorrow, right? You good? And Joe's like, yeah. And this dude is like, hey, why does he get to take half day off tomorrow? And Joe's like, shut up. Because he asked me. And he's like, hey, well, that's not fair. If he gets a half day, maybe I should have a half day off tomorrow. And he's like, well, you can have a half day off some other day. He's like, no, I want it to be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like real stubborn and like a jerk about the whole thing. And so Joe's just like, fine, whatever. Everyone takes a half day tomorrow. I don't care. Shut up. Go.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, to make matters worse, his name is Dolge Orlick.
Yeah.
It's like,
these are
not pleasant to even pronounce.
Not pleasant at all. Right. And this guy kind of give me bad vibes, right? Like, I don't know. But anyway, that's basically I just summed up like 4 pages of this chapter for you. So there you go, listeners. So he does like, so Pip does, he walks to town, right? He's all, you know, nervous about going to see Miss Havisham or, we know why he's really nervous. He goes up there. Now I passed and repassed the gate many times before I could make up my mind to ring, nor how I debated whether I should go away without ringing or how I should undoubtedly have gone in my time if had not been my own to come back. Right. So he doesn't want to knock on the door. He's nervous and afraid to knock on the door. And he finally does it, and Miss Pocket comes to the gate. No Estella. Sad face. Right. And she's like, well, what do you want? And he's like, I just want to come see Miss Havisham, And she really kind of thinks about it, okay.
She's
I guess.
Well, her first question is basically why are you here? What is going on?
Yeah.
And
yeah. And he's like, I want to say hi, right? So we go inside. Everything was unchanged.
Shocker.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I hope you want nothing, you'll get nothing. No, indeed, Miss Havisham. I only wanted you to know that I am doing very well in my apprenticeship, and I am always much obliged to you. Right? And then she's like, all right, well, come back on your birthday, right? She cried suddenly, turning herself into a chair towards me. And she knows why he's really here, right? Uh-huh. You're looking for Estella. He's like, he's like, I came to see you, but also her, I guess, maybe a little bit. It turns out she's abroad studying. Hoity-toity, fancy schmancy. She's studying abroad. Right. And Miss Havisham turns around and says, do you feel that you have lost her? There was such a malignant enjoyment in her utterance of the last words that she broke into such a disagreeable laugh that I was at a loss of what to say. She spared me the trouble of considering by dismissing me.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, so Miss Havisham is she kind of is.
She's enjoying... a villain, right? She is, because she was wronged, right, and has decided to force herself to be miserable. She likes it when other people are also miserable, right? Because, as they say, misery loves company, right? I heard that somewhere. And so,
yes.
So he was, and then again, it's very weird, just passing the time, basically. The next, if you're playing a video game, the next little bit could just be fixed by clicking the wait button, and you just wait around for a few hours. He's just wandering around the street, and he sees Mr. Wopsle, who has a book, right? And Mr. Wopsle wants to share and talk about the book, so he's just like, Pip, you should come. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever, that's fine. I've got nothing else to do, so I might as well. So he's being dragged around by Mr. Wopsle, and Pumblechook is also there. They're talking about this whole thing, and it's all a bit over Pip's head, and he's really, he's just kind of there suffering them reading and talking and whatever. But they decide to start going home, and he walks home with Mr. Wopsle, right? And they see this Orlick fella, right? Walking about, and he says, it's really weird. He remarks that he appears drunk, but he's not, right? But then, right, we have some all of a sudden it just hots up all crazy. He's like, by the by, the guns are going again, right? Yeah. At the Hulks said, I there are some birds flown from the cages, and the guns have been going since dark about. You'll hear one present. So they start hearing the cannons because more people have escaped from the ships, right? They're walking into the town, and blah blah blah, and they see that the Three Jolly Bargemen, the pub thing, is in all of commotion, right? All the lights are on, doors are wide open. This is weird because it's like 11 o'clock at night, right? So this is a very odd thing to be doing.
Yep.
And there's something wrong up at the house.
Up at your place, Pip. Run.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. Wopsle like pops in to ask, like, what is all this commotion about? What's happening? And they run up there, and we see that the house seems to have been violently entered when Joe was out, supposed by convicts. Somebody has been attacked and hurt. Well, I wonder who that could be, right? We were running too fast to admit of more being said, and it made no stop until we got to the kitchen. It was full of people, and the whole village was there, or in our yard. And there was a surgeon, and there was Joe, and there was a group of women all on the floor in the midst of the kitchen. The unemployed bystanders drew back when they saw me, and so I became aware of my sister, lying without sense or movement on the bare boards where she had been knocked down by a tremendous blow to the back of her head, dealt by some unknown hand, where her face was turned towards the fire, destined never to be on the rampage again while she was the wife of Joe. So, murdered, likely here, right? Murder most foul, in the hands by allegedly an escaped convict, right? I think it was Orlick. It guy gives me creepy vibes already. I don't know if it did it or not, but that guy came out of nowhere, and he seems like a fiend because his name is Orlick. And so, based solely on name profiling.
Also, don't forget. Didn't whenever he was in the they were having that scuffle about whether to have the time off or not? Didn't he attack Pip with like a stoke from the fire, and she came out to like scold him or something?
Yeah, they got into a bit of a kerfuffle back a couple chapters ago.
Yeah, and Joe had to like come and defend his wife against some words that old was saying. So
yeah. And also he was just like on the road and like
walking aimlessly.
But like, yeah, but he was like kind of coming from town, but also he knew about the sound of the guns were making. So you could only know that if you were in town. So like, what?
Yeah.
Are you doing? Like, was he fleeing and then was like, I'm totally coming back right now.
Come back, that's what I'm doing.
Like, nothing nefarious here, guys.
Surely
don't
not.
worry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it was him. We'll find out. But yeah, holy monkey wrench, Batman. This is a kind of a problem.
Yeah, we got ourselves a murder mystery.
A murder mystery, right? Maybe this is why Dickens never bothered to give her a name, because he knew he was just going to kill her off later. Well, he's like, I don't need to bother with that.
It's not long for this.
This person. I don't need to name only the third woman in this book. Like
and the sister of the protagonist. It's fine.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
We have two named women in this book. You can't have a third one.
They charge you extra if you go above.
Yeah, if you charge you extra. Yeah. Because, Dickens was totally nice to all women. Hold on. Wait a minute.
So that's not what I was expecting to happen at the end of this chapter.
Yeah, no. Because it was just sort of rambling on and blah, 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 like it does, right? That's also how this book goes. Like, rambly, blah, blah, blah. Nothing is happening. Major event. Like, murder next time for...
That's nice.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Like,
right. So we have ourselves here, what we call in the biz, a cliffhanger. Folks.
Yeah, he's very good at this. Yeah, he's very good at this. So again, this is part of the serialization of this novel. But yeah, we do now have a murder mystery. So we'll see what becomes of that, I have no idea. Like you said, I was not expecting sister murder. That is not what I was expecting out of this. Nope. Just kind of like based on the progression of the story and how things were going, and Pip's talking about like unsure of his place and station in society and his social circles, and he wants upward mobility, and I was not expecting just dead sister all of a sudden. So
yeah, nobody. Yep, I'm very now I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how this plays into the broader arc of this, unless this is his the ascent to growing up. Or what?
I mean, yeah, it clearly has to be some of the catalyst for something to happen.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's got to be
for better or worse.
I mean, yes. I didn't say something good, obviously. It's just a thing is now going to happen.
Yeah. Because
of this. So we will see what that thing is. Right? Next time.
Ba-ba.
Ba-ba. So if you have no other closing thoughts, I do have a haiku.
I mean, how could I close out on murder? So no, I'm good. Good.
All right, there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
So I would like
a haiku not about murder. There you go. Happy thoughts. Go. Happy thoughts. Look at
hold on, let me backface
here. The hunt for treasure on dusty, forgotten shelves, waiting to be found. Yes. What I forgot to tell you about the great antique present search was I had gone through the whole entire store and not really discovered anything. And then I went into the last room. The last room has the most random stuff in it.
Yes.
And I thought to myself as I was walking through the door, I was like, this room shall be my room of requirement. What I need is in here. And lo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what the weird.
Yeah, it's like the back room, and it's definitely like one of the least curated spaces in the whole place. Like just random stuff everywhere. This is what I need. Right? Got to save it for last all the time. Just gotta do. There you go.
Perfect. And scene. Yes, that's great.
Boom.
Well,
yes.
I'm glad you found it, and it was your requirement was there, and you could take it. So that's awesome.
All right.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, good. Okay. Well, we will trudge on. And this is not to look. The content we do.
Oh yeah, true.
Evergreen. The content we do is evergreen. Every now and then we pop out and we talk to you, dear listener, and we talk about things going on in time. And what I'm going to say, this is our last recording of 2025.
Yeah,
most likely, or
at least the last episode.
Yes, this episode, because it is, it's good. It's crazy. I cannot believe it, and so we'll see what 2026 holds.
Yes,
and you know what? More Dickens, and we can at least say that. That's more Dickens.
That's true. Well, yes, there will be more Dickens coming soon. So, boom. Stay tuned.
Can't wait. Okay. Well, until then, we'll do this next time.
All right.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.